Hey everyone, Stratabean here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're draining our opponents' resources and life totals with the progenitor of all vampires on Innistrad, Edgar Markov. Edgar is a 4/4 vampire knight with first strike and haste that costs 6 mana and Mardu, and his effects are Eminence. Whenever you cast another vampire spell, if Edgar Markov is in a command zone or on the battlefield, create a 1/1 black vampire creature token. And whenever Edgar Markov attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each vampire you control. That means every vampire you summon calls forth another, building your legion before Edgar even enters the battlefield, and when he finally does, every swing turns the swarm into a full-on massacre. This deck is about creating an army of bloodthirsty vampires, feeding them to fuel your power and draining every drop of life from your enemies. If you love decks that snowball advantage, punish death, and win through elegant brutality, this deck is for you. Let's get into it. Overview. At its heart, this deck has 3 goals. 1. Build a massive army of vampires using Edgar's Eminence ability. 2. Sacrifice those creatures for cards, mana, and death triggers. And 3. Drain the table dry through a network of aristocrats and damage engines. You're not trying to outmuscle your opponents, you're outlasting them. Every death fuels the next, every loss becomes another wound for the table. Your vampires don't die in vain, they die for profit. Core synergies. Edgar's Eminence gives you free tokens just for playing vampires, and that's the spark that keeps the machine running. Cards like Cordial Vampire, Captivating Vampire, and Stromkirkat can keep your army growing in power and threat. Meanwhile, Forerunner of the Legion tutors your best Bloodsucker straight to the hand, and Clavelinho, First of the Blessed, creates relentless pressure by summoning new vampires whenever your non-token ones die. With Charismatic Conqueror and Alenda the Duskrose, your board becomes a self-sustaining empire, every sacrifice, every trigger, every attack building towards something bigger. The true heart of this deck is its stack outlets. Ashnod's Altar, Viscera Seer, and Scion of Opulence are your primary engines, turning your vampires into mana, cards, or sacrifice fodder. Blade of the Bloodchief and Yeheni Undying Partisan grow stronger with each death, while Cordial Vampire, Blood Artist, and Mirkwood Bats punish anyone who tries to match your bloodshed. And Grave Pact and Butcher of Malakir will keep your opponent's boards empty when your creatures die. With Skull Clamp, Village Rites, and Deadly Dispute, you'll never run out of cards because every single creature lost on your board refills your hand with more power. Support and Control. Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, Andrana, and Lavala keep opposing threats under control. Olivia's Wrath and Kindred Dominance let you reset the board, but only for everyone else. Lightning Greaves protects the equipped creature, while Smothering Tithe and Black Market Connections ensure you're always ahead in mana and cards. And when your army inevitably falls, Patriarch's Bidding, Dread Returner, even a flipped Westvale Abbey make sure your vengeance is absolute. Win conditions. So how does this deck seal the game? The first way was with Vito, Thorn of the Duskrose, and Enduring Tenacity. Combine one of these 2 cards with Exquisite Blood and deal damage to one of your opponents to drain all of your opponent's life totals. The second way was with Mass Reanimation. Use Patriarch's Bidding to resurrect all the vampires in your graveyard, and then on your next turn, cast Markov from your command zone to strike and win the game. The third way was with All-Out Assault, War Leader's Call, or Markov's attack trigger. Vault of the Archangel and Vito keep you alive and swinging, while Rogue's Passage ensures Edgar or one of your biggest threats can always connect for lethal. The third way was with Bloodletter of Aklazot and Rush of Dread. Have Bloodletter on the field and use the third effect of Rush of Dread to drain one of your opponent's life totals. Piloting tips. In the early game, focus on ramping and drop your early vampires like Vampire the Dire Moon or Cordial Vampire to start establishing pressure. In the mid game, use Viscera Seer, Scion of Opulence, or Ashnod's Altar to turn your tokens into value, draining opponents with Blood Artists and growing your board with Edgar's triggers. And in the late game, this is where you drop your finishers: Vito, Exquisite Blood, All-Out Assault, or a massive Patriarch's Bidding. Once the blood starts flowing, it doesn't stop. Your opponents will drown in their own life totals before they can stabilize. And that's how I built around Edgar Markov. This deck is elegant, ruthless, and beautifully efficient. Every card is a cog in a machine built on blood. Whether you're draining the table with Mirkwood Bats, rallying a noble army with Captivating Vampire, or watching Alenda the Duskrose turn death into victory, Edgar ensures the bloodline never fades. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment on which commander you'd like to see next. Until next time, have a happy Halloween.